Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. What we now need to see after a possible reversal here is a 5-wave move to the upside and then a 3-wave move down. Basically the next 1-2 setup of this higher degree 5th wave. Bitcoin broke briefly below support, but it's not a sustained break and it avoided an overlap with wave 1, which is here at 28,820 for now. It's all okay. For now, it would be okay. If we turn around here, it wouldn't have violated any Elliott Wave rules, in this scenario. And it would also not, even though it came back quite deep here in this wave 4, a little bit deeper than it would be ideal for a 4th wave, it would still be reasonable to accept wave 4 as having finished because it did avoid an overlap with wave 1. And even if I put the wave 1 here, so I think that's how I had it yesterday. If I take this wave 1, and if I put it here, which is possible as well, then yes, we have a small overlap, but it would not necessarily violate any Elliott Wave rules, even though a wave 1 and a wave 4 shouldn't overlap. It can sometimes happen in highly leveraged markets, and I would argue that especially in futures markets and the crypto market, there is quite a bit of leverage going on. But I have it here anyway, so that's all okay. It came down, as I said, quite strongly, but we start to see a little bit of movement, So we're now going to zoom in here. We can count the move down as complete. Now that doesn't mean it has to be complete, but it's showing certainly good signs of a reversal. It broke above the previous wave 4 high. It broke below this swing low of the 17th of April. Those are early indications a bottom has been made. Let's look at volume. That's quite low, but then I'd never really consider volume too much because when volume shows up, the crowd is already there. The move has typically already happened. But yeah, still to note, volume is quite low. So let's hide that. What do I need to see as real evidence now that we have bottomed? Well, it's as always, I need to see a 5-wave advance and I need to see 3 waves down. But note that we can count, as I said, we can count this complete. We had an A wave down, we had a B wave to the upside, and then a wave 1 down, a wave 2 up, wave 3 was probably, doesn't matter if it was here or here, probably here, then a wave 4, and that last wave down in a wave 5. We can count it as an ending diagonal, that's possible, or just as possible impulse, even though then this looks very much like a 3-wave structure, this 3rd wave. Next resistance will be around this high of 30k. So that's what the bulls need to take over now. If I go to the lower time frame, and it's a bit too early to apply really an Elliott Wave count, but we have a possible 5-wave move up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means in any pullback, that's important now. If this is going to become a 1-2 setup, which means an impulse, a small impulse to the upside in a wave 1 and a wave 2 to the downside, what level does Bitcoin need to hold now? Now, very clearly, it of course needs to hold the intraday low of 29,111. But if it's a 1-2 setup, to keep it likely that we push higher, it needs to hold the 78.6 retracement at any point, because below that level probabilities will shift again. So this is 29,267. Bitcoin ideally doesn't go below 29,267 again. And that's also those previous swing lows here. So I think at the moment we can be watching for a reversal. I did tell you in the last video that it didn't look finished. I think this was the right, I would say, the right comment about this, because it didn't look finished, because this was not impulsive. So it made another low, but reversed quickly and broke above the previous high. I mean, they are all the signs you can get at this stage that a reversal has occurred, I think, from an Elliott Wave point of view, but it doesn't mean it has to be the case that it's reversed. It doesn't mean it has to be the case. So we need to be still cautious. One additional evidence that reversal has occurred, well, it's the 5 up, the 3 down, yes. But also we can draw possibly corrective price channel here. One second. So we broke out of an impulse channel, so we can draw, if you draw this trend line here, you can draw a channel there, broke above that. That's the first indication as well that the trend has shifted. Another way to draw it is to draw a corrective price channel. Now that doesn't work very well here, given that the A wave is down, is doing this. But if you see this, yeah, we are just approaching resistance here. So let's see if we get through that. And if we do, additional evidence that we have bottomed would be a break above that descending trend line here. But that would be around 30.5K. It's all about cascading probabilities, right? So essentially what we're looking for in this fifth wave, if it plays out, and it's a bit it's a bit too early to confirm that, but if it plays out, we want to see this: a wave 1 up, a wave 2 down, again holding that 29,000 to 260 level roughly, then a third wave up, a fourth wave down, and a fifth wave up to follow here in this wave 5 of higher degree wave 3. And if we rally from here in a fifth wave, we should approach sort of the 32.5 to 32.8K level. But yeah, this is what the bulls now need to show us. In this particular scenario of a fourth wave, I certainly want to avoid another low. If we do that, I think then we deal with a 5-wave move to the downside. Then we have something like this: a wave 1 to the downside, a wave 2 to the upside, a wave 3 to the downside, a wave 4 up, and a wave 5 down. And that's what we want to avoid, because if we get 5 waves down, it would be an indication that we're heading into one of the alternative scenarios that I showed you yesterday. One alternative scenario, which I think is very much on the likely side, is this one here, that we pull deeper into the 20K range, so like 23 to 25K. And how would that unfold? Well, if we get really 5 waves down, it indicates the trend has shifted to the downside. Most likely first in this alternate wave 2 basically assumes that the wave 1, which we currently count as complete on Monday the 20th of March, will only have topped here around 31K. And then essentially what we're looking at is an A wave down in 5 waves, a B wave up, and a C wave down. So 5 waves down would be a warning. But that story is currently just being written. First of all, we need to see, can we hold that level that I highlighted? And if it does, yeah, then we are holding the trend reversal area and we can push higher. Again, that would be the primary expectation at the moment, but we always need to be cautious here, because we did see bearish divergences on the chart here, and we had all these 1-2 setups, which either are super bullish or they can indicate a reversal is coming if you have too many of them and if price doesn't follow through. And so far price hasn't really followed through. But Ethereum looks much healthier than Bitcoin. So again, one of them seems to be lying at the moment. So we are gonna observe that. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.